This group of friends discover an enigmatic time camera invented by their deceased neighbor. As it captures images 24 hours into the future, they take advantage of it for personal gain. But as the addiction sets in, disturbing and dangerous photos begin to develop. Hey guys, welcome back to I Am Movies. Today we're looking into the 2014 movie titled Time Lapse. But before we jump into the details, make sure to show us some love by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Now let's get right into it. The movie begins with Finn in his living room attempting to paint, but he is experiencing a creative block. Finn, who shares the apartment with his girlfriend Callie and his best friend Jasper, who's a gambling addict, arrives with bottles of wine. Finn, who also serves as the manager of the apartment building, receives a complaint to fix one of the tenants' toilet. Later that evening, Finn meets Big Joe, the apartment security guard, as he retrieves seats from their storage unit for their house party the following night. Big Joe extends a helping hand, and Finn ends up inviting him to the party. Shortly after, Callie informs Finn that the landlord called, mentioning that one of the tenants, Mr. Bezarides, is late for rent. Finn is surprised to hear this, as he's never delayed in paying his rent. Concerned, Callie decides to check on Mr. Bezarides herself. She knocks on his door but receives no response. She notices a pile of newspapers in front of the door, indicating that he may not have left his apartment in quite some time. Using the spare keys, Callie enters the apartment. Callie returns to the house looking shocked and asks Finn and Jasper to follow her to Mr. Bezarides' apartment. In Mr. Bezarides' apartment, they scrutinize a wall covered in Polaroid pictures of their living room, orderly placed with some pieces missing. It appears that Mr. B had been secretly taking pictures of them through their living room window. Jasper suspects he is peeping on them, but Callie thinks otherwise, stating that the collection also contains photos of the living room empty. They also spot a huge camera aimed directly at their living room window, which they presume might be responsible for taking the shots. Finn notices a picture dangling from the camera. From the picture, their coat rack is resting on their sofa, but they don't have a memory of it like the other pictures on the wall. Back in their apartment, Finn tries to contact the landlord, but he isn't answering. Callie is about to leave for work, and upon grabbing her coat, she accidentally knocks over the rack, causing it to fall on the sofa. Suddenly, the picture from earlier made sense. They return to Mr. Bezarides' house to investigate it further, and make sense of their unsettling discovery. While they are snooping, the camera comes on and autonomously takes a picture, startling them. Looking at the picture, they discover that it depicts their house party the following night, leaving them stunned. Finn compares recent pictures from the past few days, and they realize that the camera seemingly captures photos from 24 hours in the future. Callie reads notes from Mr. Bezarides' journal, revealing that he witnessed his own death through the camera, and wants to change the cardinal rule of time and causality. Finn scrutinizes the pictures they found around the camera and notices that all of them were taken precisely at 8 p.m. However, some of the photographs on the wall were taken during daylight hours. They proceed to Mr. Bezarides' storage unit and discover his lifeless body lying there, already decaying. His face appears burned, but his clothes are intact, leaving them wondering what could have killed him. Jasper suggests that he may have met his death by violating the cardinal rule. Back at their apartment, they try to figure out their next step. Finn suggests calling the police, but Jasper disagrees, suggesting they use the camera to their advantage as it can capture the future. He adds that they can use it to foretell his favorite race results and make a lot of money. Finn is skeptical about Jasper's idea, but Callie lends her support, leaving him no choice but to agree with them. The next evening, while the house party is on, Jasper and Callie dance alongside the guests, while Finn visits Mr. Bezarides' apartment and takes a picture with his phone, precisely at 8 p.m. He compares the image on his phone with the Polaroid picture from the day before, and it is a perfect match, which amazes him. After that, he picks up the new shot the camera has taken, and the photo reveals the three of them posing for the shot, a sheet of paper displaying the gambling results affixed to the window, and Finn's painting. Finn shows Jasper and Callie the picture, and he is excited that he won't have to deal with creative block anymore since the camera shows him what to draw. The next day, Finn remains skeptical about their decision, suggesting they put an end to it. However, Callie reveals that deviating from what the picture says might lead to their death, like Mr. Bezarides. To create the illusion that he is still around, Callie suggests watering his plants, bringing in his newspaper and picking up his mail. After reaching a unanimous decision, Callie waters Mr. Bezarides' plants and picks up his mail and newspapers. Finn looks at the Polaroid picture and paints the image on his canvas, after which Jasper writes out the gambling statistics. Several days pass, and their plans are working out successfully. They cover up Mr. Bezarides' disappearance, earning a substantial amount of money from Jasper's gambling. However, a few days later, they receive a new picture that shows Jasper and Callie kissing in the background, while Finn paints, This image disturbs Finn, but they have no choice but to follow what the picture says to avoid breaking the cardinal rule. Before that time, Jasper is on the phone sharing the race predictions with his bookie. That night, as Finn paints, Jasper and Callie share a kiss. However, Finn, who is supposed to guide them on when to stop, becomes lost in the moment. When he eventually snaps back to reality, he finds them still kissing, and the kiss has gone beyond acting, stirring feelings of anger and jealousy within Finn. Callie tries to talk to him, but he walks away. He goes over to Mr. Bezarides' apartment to get the next day's picture. Jasper and Callie walk in on Finn, staring at the picture. He hands it to Jasper, inquiring who the stranger sitting in their living room is. Jasper reveals it's his bookie, Ivan, which is unusual and unsettling as he hasn't been to the house before. The next day, while Jasper prepares for Ivan's arrival with a bat in hand, Callie and Finn leave him to his fate. Soon enough, Ivan shows up, suspicious of Jasper's gambling successes. He forces Jasper to reveal his secret under threat. Struggling to explain his recent accuracy in his bets, Jasper pleads with Ivan to ride his bets. Just then, Callie and Finn return with the picture for the following night, which Callie drops on the table furiously and walks away. In the photograph, Callie poses half-nude for Finn's painting, while Jasper peeps through the window. But Ivan, who's still there, also catches a glimpse of the picture before leaving. The next day, while Finn and Jasper discuss the previous night's situation, Callie walks in for the painting session, and Jasper excuses them. Callie starts her pose as Finn begins to paint, but exactly at 8 o'clock, they spot Yvonne and Jasper outside, flanked by Yvonne's henchman Marcus. It turns out that the silhouette in the picture is actually Yvonne's. They have been spying on them since his last visit, because he somehow recognized his silhouette from the picture that night. Ivan instructs Marcus to watch over Finn and Callie, while Jasper takes him to Mr. Bezarides' apartment. On getting there, he is excited when he discovers the presence of the camera that captures the future. While they're there, Ivan picks up the photo of the next day, showing the group seated on the couch with the race prediction plastered on the window. Ivan instructs Jasper to keep showcasing the race stats, and Marcus will come every day to pick up the pictures for safekeeping, adding that they must always pose as they are in the current picture. They have no choice but to follow Ivan's instructions and provide him with the gambling results for a few days, and Jasper hands over the pictures to Marcus every night. However, with the pictures unavailable, Finn can't seem to find his inspiration anymore, so he pleads with Jasper to at least take a shot of the Polaroid picture with his phone before giving it to Marcus, to which he obliges. One day, Finn notices something unusual in the picture for the next day. It depicts a haphazardly drawn skull and crossbones, which is not Finn's typical style of painting. They begin to suspect that the future Finn is trying to warn them about something. That night, Jasper is nervous, so he strategically plants weapons around the living room, in case of an attack. He even rehearses stabbing with his knife. Later that evening, Finn bumps into Big Joe at the gate, who hands over the apartment building key to him, revealing his new role as a police officer. Meanwhile, Marcus secretly observes them from his car. Finn congratulates him, and Big Joe hands Finn his business card. When Finn returns to the room, he shares what happened with Jasper. Later, Ivan and Marcus arrive at the house. They hold them at gunpoint, questioning what business they have with Big Joe, while scrutinizing the card he gave Finn. Finn tells him the truth, but Ivan doesn't believe him. Ivan attempts to torture Callie, but Jasper intervenes by claiming he saw a picture of tomorrow, in which Marcus kills Ivan. This raises Ivan's suspicion towards Marcus. He seizes Marcus's gun and hurries over to Mr. Bezarides' apartment to verify the picture for himself. Meanwhile, Jasper successfully stabs Marcus as he had rehearsed the previous night. Ivan returns angrily, asking for Jasper. He then discovers Marcus is dead. Jasper attacks him suddenly from behind and ultimately kills Ivan with a bat. Jasper and Finn stash the bodies in Mr. Bezarides' storage unit. They realize that the new picture actually depicts Jasper sitting on the couch, with a stack of money in front of him. Seizing the opportunity, they take all of Ivan's gambling funds, leaving them with millions of dollars. That night, Finn proposes that they divide the money and flee the country, but Jasper and Callie oppose the idea. Later that night, an unexpected visitor knocks on their door. When Finn answers the door, it turns out to be Dr. Heidecker, a friend and colleague of Mr. Bezarides. She asks if Mr. Bezarides lives in the building, and Finn confirms. However, Jasper cuts in, telling her that he moved out months ago, raising her suspicion and causing her to point a gun at them. They take her to the storage unit, where Dr. Heidecker reveals that Mr. Bezarides' death was not caused by breaking the cardinal rule, but rather an accidental chemical spill. Furthermore, she reveals that the photograph depicts events that will transpire the following day and has nothing to do with him. Before his death, Mr. B had penned a letter to her. In the letter, he disclosed the success of the camera project and informed her about his own death. Along with the letter, he had also sent her a photograph. The image captures their living room, with Mr. Bezarides' head faintly visible in the background, and blood splatters on the windows. Having seen the picture, he believed that his death was imminent, leading him to lock himself inside his storage unit. Finn and Jasper are taken aback and question if the camera can capture images more than 24 hours in advance, but is presently programmed to display pictures from 24 hours in the future. Dr. Heidecker informs them that Mr. B only shared his results with her, and not his methods. As she prepares to take her leave, Jasper shoots her with Ivan's gun. Later, Finn, feeling guilty, tells Jasper that killing her was unnecessary, but in his defense, he asserts he had to, as she might have killed them or reported them to the police. At 8 p.m. the following night, Jasper poses for a picture with a stack of money, while Callie goes over to Mr. Bezarides' place to make sure he gets the pose right, and also picks up the picture for the following day. Finn emerges with a suitcase packed, ready to leave but can't find Callie. He goes to Mr. Bezarides' residence where Jasper and Callie are visibly distressed. The picture for the next day reveals Callie and Jasper engaged in sexual activity as Finn sleeps on the couch nearby. The picture angers Finn and Callie flees from the scene. Subsequently, Finn bemoans the event of the next day, and he shows Jasper an engagement ring he purchased for Callie a long time ago. While Finn is speaking, Jasper strikes him on the head, knocking him unconscious. He then carries him to Mr. Bezarides' storage unit and restrains him there. Jasper is determined to follow the camera's instructions, making sure the photo happens no matter what. He proceeds to the apartment and waits until 8 p.m. the next day. Meanwhile, Finn wakes up in the storage unit the next morning. Using his lighter, he burns the ropes, freeing himself. Retrieving the keys from Mr. Bezarides' pockets, he escapes the storage unit and takes a bucket of water to the camera's position. From there, Finn calls Jasper, threatening to pour water on the camera unless he lets him and Callie leave. Jasper calls Callie outside, pointing his gun at her. He threatens her, but Finn assures him he will destroy the camera if any harm comes to her. Finn then asks Callie to check Jasper's pocket, where she finds the ring. She is delighted and takes Jasper's gun, opening the door for Finn. Finn instructs Callie to pack her clothes quickly so they can leave. As Callie leaves to do so, Jasper attacks Finn, nearly pummeling him with a hammer, but Callie intervenes from behind, killing Jasper to save Finn. Callie shows Finn another Polaroid picture, claiming the picture has changed. Finn is relieved that the intimate activity between Callie and Jasper won't happen again. At that moment, he recalls the picture from Dr. Heidecker and decides to paint the image on his canvas while Callie goes into the kitchen to get ice for Finn's injuries. After finishing his painting, Finn checks on her and sees her going through a drawer. He inquires about the ice, but Callie gives an excuse and leads him to the room with the ice. Finn senses something is amiss and follows her after she leaves the room. Upon entering the living room, he sees Callie posing for the camera. 2 notes are stuck on the window. Finn is surprised to see the camera taking a picture at 8 a.m., as he believed it only captured images at 8 p.m. Astonished, Finn rushes to the room, takes out the drawer he saw Callie going through, and demands an explanation. Callie reveals that when she first entered Mr. Bezarides' apartment, she stumbled upon the time machine and the photos on the wall. Among them were snapshots of her with Jasper, including an intimate moment. She removes those specific images. Additionally, she learned that the machine was programmed to take pictures at both 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. However, she kept the 8 a.m. aspect a secret after seeing a picture of herself from the following morning, and also to pass messages back to herself. Every morning when watering the plants at Mr. B's place, she would take away the 8 a.m. picture. She explains that the picture of her kissing Jasper was taken at 8 a.m., but she swapped it with the 8 p.m. picture to make Finn jealous. She discloses that she received a message at 8 a.m., instructing her to replace that day's picture with a provocative photo. She complied with the instructions. Finn inquires about what she was doing in the kitchen earlier. She reveals that she was hiding the last picture of her and Jasper having sex. She also confesses that it was taken long before they found out about the camera, and she swapped it with the recent picture to make him jealous, achieving her desired outcome. All she wants is for him to fight for their relationship, and it worked out as planned, considering he fought for her earlier that day. In that moment, it dawns on Finn that Callie has been playing them all along, and everything suddenly makes sense. After Callie's true self is revealed, Finn is devastated as he pulls his engagement ring from Callie's fingers and throws it away. He tells her that he is going to destroy the machine. However, Callie discourages him, asserting that she can change the course of things and he won't remember that moment. But Finn just stares at her in disbelief. As he makes to leave, Callie shoots him. Finn's blood splatters on the window, just like in the photograph from Dr. Heidecker. Callie wants to send herself a message at 8 a.m., advising her not to get caught at the window. She believes that if she sends this message to herself when the time comes, it will alter the course of events. As she waits for the camera to take a shot, Joe the police officer suddenly appears and requests that she open the door. Big Joe reveals that Finn had left him a message, and upon entering the house he discovers the lifeless bodies in the living room and proceeds to escort Callie out to arrest her. Callie remains calm and confident, believing that once her past self views the message she left behind, the timeline will reset and everything will go back to the way it was. As they walk away, the note she had attached to the window falls off. The movie ends with Callie trying to return and reattach the note, but Joe forcefully pulls her away as the camera takes a shot at 8 p.m. If you'd like to see us recap any other movies or topics you have in mind, just drop a comment and let us know. And don't forget to hit the like button, share this recap, and subscribe to stay updated for the next one. Until next time.